Who has a question? Jim.
This is first for the incumbent. I've tried to tailor it so the challengers could also answer. The current and projected budget situation is described as unsustainable in the final 2008 budget due to a lack of revenue. In lean times, how do you justify creating a new bureaucracy such as a clean water district without any funding source when the 2008 budget was already unable to balance itself without drawing on cash reserves and even required transfers from important contingency funds like those set aside for the Hood Canal Bridge closure? And for the challengers, what is your position on spending and staff increases without a corresponding increase in revenue?
Did you all hear the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
First, the money wasn't for the Hood Canal Bridge closure. It was sales tax that we might not get because of the downtime in the closure. So it was a little extra cash bonus there. The $260,000 that went to the Department of Health was a planned expenditure. We knew we were going to do that at the beginning of the year. That's why I called it routine. We could have done it any quarter. Right now, we are in good financial shape. That doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way if the downturn in the economy stays the way it is. And we will have to make adjustments. But one of the things you do is you try to position yourself to get more revenue. Right now, with the Clean Water District, we're able to qualify for grants from the Department of Ecology to clean up Discovery Bay and to clean up Mats Bay. And we are positioned well to get money through the Puget Sound Partnership next year. Is that a guarantee? No, it isn't. But we have been lobbying for that, and we're hopeful that we'll get state money and federal money coming back to us, which is your tax dollars coming back to Jefferson County to do work that needs to be done.
Sandy?
Well, in answer to Jim's part about, having programs when you don't have the funding, it doesn't work that way. You really do need to have a revenue source for something. You just can't arbitrarily create a program and just hope and pray the money's going to come in. One thing in particular, I should say when I'm elected, that I want to do is the consent agenda is just, this is what's happening, here's the resolution number, and unless you dig into the agenda deeper, you don't see the dollars on things. And one of the ones was the water quality program that got an $81,000 shuffle because they were unable to, cash flow problems was what the report said. And I'm looking at that further, and correct me if I'm wrong, David, but it was like $785,000 had already been put into that. And it's just like, where is this going? What is happening to it? Is it really the best use of our funds? I don't know.
Richard?
The Clean Water District, I think that's one of the ones you're talking about, started out as a shellfish district in the south end of Discovery Bay. And as I understand it, that was to work on the shellfish, to get some money to look at where the pollution may be coming from that was causing shellfish contamination at the south end of Discovery Bay. In a meeting, they decided, the commissioners in a meeting, in an open meeting where people heard them say this, was that we could have a bigger district and we could do more with this, which is great. I mean, if you've got lots of money, that's great. But originally, it was only a shellfish district. To find out what was going on in Discovery Bay, there was public testimony given, photographic evidence was available that the pollution at the south end of Discovery Bay was caused primarily by wildlife, by seals, by birds, by elk, by deer, by whatever it was landing in the mudflats where they took the test to show that there was some sort of contamination. For some reason, and I don't really understand why, that spread out to be a clean water district. And as I understand it, in that meeting, the commissioner said, nobody will pay for a shellfish district. If we call it a clean water district, nobody will be against it. I hope you heard what I just said, and I believe that's accurate from the people who were there who heard this said. And it's probably on somebody's tape somewhere. I'm getting a yes shake back here. Now, after that, we had another public meeting, and the incumbent's own people said, David, we told you not to do this. You don't do this $18 per parcel tax. You don't do this. And it fell flat. And then I guess there was another meeting where they tried to go for a $1 per or $4 per a parcel, which also fell flat. Now, how do you cull some of this stuff? You have to stop it right at the inception, because once one of these programs gets started, it becomes full of employees, full of people who have to be paid, and now what do you do with that program? That shellfish district is sitting on the shelf. As soon as this election is over, I'm assuming that the thought is that if either Sandy and I don't win, or if Mr. Schultz doesn't win in the first district, then they'll just go ahead and throw that tax out there, because there's nothing we can do about it for the next 4 years. That's one of the things I would deal with as far as that goes. Thank you.